My car says it's over 90 degrees already. It did say 95, but I ran the air conditioner and it cooled down, and now it says the outside temp is 91. It's supposed to get like 94 today, so, yeah. So when you go walking around in your neighborhood, you start noticing things. I don't know you learn anything because you don't live in their house. You don't know the soap opera. You don't know the backstory. You don't know the drama, the joys. You don't know what's going on. And so your brain fills in the gaps and makes up stories. There's this house on one of the corners of my neighborhood. There was a family there. I couldn't make up my mind about that family, whether they were happy or not. As long as they knew. I guess that's what really matters. That whether I know or what I know about them isn't important. But I don't know. There seemed like there was strife. But they had dogs. The dogs had puppies. The mama dog would come after me. I mean, it was a little dog. It was apprehensive, but I wasn't scared of it. But it would come at me and bark at me to let me know, you better stay away from my puppies. And I'm like, you ain't got no problem there, baby girl. I am going to stay on my side of the road. You can have this. So, anyway, a major tree fell in their front yard, just covered the entire front yard. And I noticed that all the cars were gone except for one. And that one car was there, but you could tell it wasn't being moved. It didn't move anywhere. And, you know, winds blow, debris blows up, goes around tires. You can tell when something's been in a place for a while because it starts accumulating the dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. And so I suspected something had happened and that they left all of a sudden. It sat like that for a couple months. Then, about 3 weeks ago, there was trucks there, workers, things like that. And there's some boards on the front porch, and their railing had rotted a little bit or had gotten ill repaired, and so they had these guys, workers, fixed that. They were working long enough for the front door to just be wide open for periods of time, and it looked very much like there was nobody there. And then first of this week, I was excited. There was cars there. I recognized cars from previous. I'm like, oh, good. Maybe they just left while some repairs are happening. A lot of people are just now getting repairs done from Hurricane Helene. Yes, Helene happened last year, but they're just now getting repairs done because the folks around here that were doing the repairs were backed up. They were also charging astronomical money. Just crazy, jacked up, inflated prices for repairs. And so, some people just lived with tarps on the roof until the prices came down and they can afford it. It's just nutsoid because your insurance isn't going to pay the elevated prices, and so you're going to pay out of your pocket, All that to say is that now they're gone again, and now there's junk outside like they've left and they're gone. That kind of trash. There's a kid's toy, and there's things that look very aged and worn and dated that are like over the top of the trash can. And so I'm sad for that family. I don't know what the circumstances are, I hope everything is okay. The point being is that, I'm worried about them. I didn't know them other than I waved at them if they were awake early enough in the morning. If I went walking like back in the wintertime, the mom lady there would come out, let her dogs out, but sometimes she'd be wearing pajamas, and for some reason she did not want me to see her in pajamas, so she ran back in the house. People will run out in bikinis, but they don't want to see you and want you to see them in their pajamas. I don't know, figure that one out. It's all about our level of how vulnerable we feel at that moment. And so that plays a part. My brother-in-law is moving in with us today. He's coming from Tennessee to our house. We don't have a spare room, unfortunately, so he'll be on our couch for a bit. His plan's to get a job here, find a place to stay, get settled here, become a part of this community, go to church with us. I'm actually excited about it because, I was excited anyway. He's awesome. I really do love my brother-in-law. He's a good guy. He's the kind of people that if he was the next door neighbor, we'd be buds. We'd hang out some, because we're different. We are different. I'm a nerd. He's more fishing and hanging out in a boat, baseball and all that. Then I'm not into that. So probably his wife is the gateway between us both, because she is a little nerdy, but also, has her past life, and so she's the gateway between us. She is the thing that binds us together, and so we have common ground through her. And then also he works in an IT type role, so it's just we don't talk about it because he was in his job was kind of like mine. You can't talk about it. You didn't sign too many NDAs. Takes all the fun out of it. And my youngest son loves fishing. And my brother-in-law has got his boat at our house. And so I'm excited for them to go fishing, and I will probably go some. I won't go often, but I will go some. Because I haven't fished off of a boat before except deep sea fishing. So, this could be a new avenue for me as a human. I used to go fishing, but I was never good at it. I did not have the patience for it. Fishing, to be good at fishing, you have to have patience. And that's not something I have. So I decided, it's a waste of time for me to go out there and drown worms. They make it out to the water themselves, and so be it. So that's how it goes, right? Yeah. Anyway, but all this, I'm excited. He's on a different time zone, so it'll take him a few days to get it figured out. I'm like thinking about things like bedtime, and I'm not used to constantly having to entertain humans, so that may be interesting. I'm used to, other than my kids, which I'm totally cool with hanging out with them. They're in my space. I think I'm required by law to hang out with them and commune and take care of them and do things for them. I think it's the only reason I'm doing it, because I think it's a horrible law. So, but anyway, point being is that that'll be different, and change is afoot. Going now to go see my mom. My mom had some surgery yesterday in her mouth, had a couple teeth pulled. Sounds like she's fine. I don't know. If I'd had 2 teeth pulled, I'd still be hurting, but she says she's not, so. Okay. And I asked her if she needs anything, and I'm thinking of things I think she needs, but she's telling me she doesn't need it.
Oh, yeah.
That was a reply about getting Starbucks.
Yes, please, Starbucks.
Donna wants Starbucks. And Alyssa wants Starbucks. So. All right. Yeah. I'll get the fam some Starbucks. After I go to Office Max. My brother-in-law is en route to my house. So, yeah, he'll be sleeping on my couch temporarily until he gets settled and can get his own place. Donna's kind of freaking out because we don't have an extra room. I can understand that. I want to give your brother your best, but at the same time, it's what we got. It's what we can do under the circumstances. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with the air mattress in the living room if that's what he needs, and it's deflated every night. And I got a cot that is mostly comfortable. Mostly. I don't know. I've slept on it during periods of COVID. It's not, I joke we're the worst Airbnb. Anyway, it's gonna be a fun day. It is. It's been a fun day. Had a friend come by the house, and we talked for a while, kind of catching up. We haven't hung out in a while. We want to get back into hanging out. So he's got a job that's got him at more regular hours now. So that's exciting. Yeah. Could have made it before the traffic influx, but I'd wait. Yeah. I always like looking at the stuff at Office Max. It's the closest to Best Buy we have in Town, but unfortunately, everything in Office Max is expensive, jacked up price-wise. In fact, I mentioned this before. Look on the app, find the price there, because it's cheaper in the app than it is in the store usually. All right, let's do this.